جی ناظرین، میں ہوں آپ کا ہوسٹ مشتبہ علی شاہ اور آپ دیکھ رہے ہیں ڈیلی پاکستان۔ ناظرین، آج میں موجود ہوں لنڈن میں پروفیسر برائن کے گھر۔ کنگسٹن یونیورسٹی میں یہ پروفیسر ہیں۔ ایک بہت بڑی تحقیقاتی کتاب لکھی ہے انہوں نے عارف نقوی کے اوپر، بڑی سٹوری ہے عارف نقوی کے اوپر۔ امریکہ کی خواہش ہے کہ وہ ان کو یو کے سے امریکہ شفٹ کریں اور ان کو 300 سال کی سزا سنائیں۔ اس کے پیچھے سٹوری کیا ہے؟ عارف نقوی کی ساری دنیا میں شہرت اس لیے ہے کہ انہوں نے 14 بلین US والا ابراج فنڈ قائم کیا، لیکن ابراج فنڈ کو کچھ عرصہ قبل کلاس کر دیا گیا۔ عارف نقوی کو لوگ پاکستان میں کراچی الیکٹرک اور امن فاؤنڈیشن میں، جس نے بڑے پیمانے پر غریبوں کی مدد کی، لیکن یہ فنڈ کلاس ہو گیا تھا۔ اب امریکہ نے عارف نقوی پر مختلف چارجز لگائے ہیں۔ عارف نقوی پر الزامات کے بعد پروفیسر برائن نے ایک تحقیقاتی کتاب لکھی ہے۔ پروفیسر برائن ہمارے ساتھ موجود ہیں، ان سے ہم پوچھتے ہیں What is the story of عارف نقوی؟
The story of Arif Naqvi is the story of a Pakistani patriot who built a very successful global company and then was destroyed because he got in the way of superpower interests, ambitions within his own company, and the peculiarity of the UK to US extradition treaty.
Why was the Arif Naqvi taken down?
Arif Naqvi built a $14 billion private equity company specializing in emerging markets around the world, very difficult geographies, working in difficult places. He was extremely successful, and he would have continued to be extremely successful. But in 2016, he decided to sell Karachi Electric to Shanghai Electric, a major economic and political strategic asset in Pakistan, to the Chinese. The following month, Donald Trump was elected president of the United States, and the China-US trade war, which had been building up, exploded. That meant that the US wanted to stop that deal. In stopping that deal, they created a cash flow within the Abraj company, and that allowed the company to be ultimately destroyed. So this is a story of geopolitics.
Mr. Brian, what was your research on Arif Naqvi revealed?
So the research I've done has found circumstantial evidence to suggest that this company was systematically destroyed by a series of precision strikes by the US using the Wall Street Journal and other international media organizations to undermine confidence and reputation of this company. And that's the best way of destroying a private equity company. And one of the problems that Arif Naqvi had as a Pakistani national was that he was based in Dubai. His company was registered in the Cayman Islands, operated on Wall Street and in London. It didn't have a real solid home. And when everything went wrong, he discovered actually he was on his own.
Mr. Brian, did Arif Naqvi steal $385 million? And if he not, then where the money gone?
So there is no civil action that I've seen anywhere in any court with somebody saying, give us my money back. As far as I can see, there is no money missing. There were some investors in a healthcare fund who questioned the way the funds were managed. All their money was returned to them with interest, and they were still locked in to investing with that fund in the future. Creditors all would have been repaid if a restructuring plan put together with Julian Loki, a top US restructuring company, had been implemented in August 2018.
Do you think Arif Naqvi has been signed out?
I think Arif Naqvi has been singled out because of the geopolitics of Karachi Electric. Once that takes place, he's then vulnerable because he's a Pakistani in a white world, the white world of private equity, and he's a Pakistani in Dubai, the Arab world. So he was a useful technician for the Arabs when he was making the money, but when he could no longer do that, he was superfluous to their interests. He was an interesting character on the world stage at the Economic Forum and so on, where he talked passionately and brilliantly about impact investment, something that he cared about deeply. But when his company got in trouble, where were all his friends from Davos and the European and the World Economic Forum? Where were his friends from Wall Street? Where were his friends from the City of London? But also, remember, at heart, Naqvi is a Pakistani patriot.
Who was the responsible for Arif Naqvi taken down?
The ultimate responsibility for Arif Naqvi coming down is the delay in the sale of Karachi Electric, which I believe was done at the behest of the United States. Others who are responsible in this takedown are the media for presenting the stories at key moments, which undermined confidence in the company.
Okay, you have met Arif Naqvi. What is your views about him and what you say is he crook?
So I interviewed him. He wouldn't talk about his case, but he talked about the growth and development of Abraj. He talked about Pakistan. He talked about impact investing. Arif Naqvi, in my opinion, is not a crook. He may well be a flawed individual. He made mistakes. One of his closest, oldest Pakistani friends said he had a kind of blind optimism, constantly trying to get to round the next corner successfully. And that created problems. If there were any regulatory problems with the way the company was run, those should be dealt with by the competent authority, which is the Dubai regulator, not with criminal charges by the Americans. He's a decent, patriotic Pakistani, passionate about impact investment. I never met him in his prime. I never met him before this happened. This has taken a toll on him. I think he's suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. His world has been shattered by this. But I think in his day, when he was running Abraj, he was a sophisticated investor, an interesting geopolitical figure, and he was not a crook.
Mr. Bryan, do you think that America will give him fair trial if he goes to America?
I think at this point, given the media coverage, given his nationality, and given the way the Department of Justice has put resources into this case, fighting the extradition, trying to get him extradited from the UK, I do not believe he will get a fair trial in the US. And I don't believe the US prison system is a safe place for him. And I believe his mental state is such that he is at risk, as his psychiatrist said in court, of an impulsive suicide. So he should not, in my view, be extradited to the US, where he will not get a fair trial. He should be tried in a civil court in the UK and held accountable for the allegations that have been made against him. I think he would probably win that case, or if he lost it, he might have to spend a short period in jail and pay a fine. But that seems to me, in justice terms, to be commensurate with what he's alleged to have done.
What happens to Arif Naqvi in that future?
He's taken his fight against US extradition to the High Court in London. It's very rare to win those cases. Julian Assange won because he had blanket media coverage, the entire UK human rights industry fighting on his behalf. The UK media has ignored Arif Naqvi's case, and the human rights industry has not got behind him at all, but then neither has Pakistan really got behind him. So he's fought this alone. All his other co-defendants have done deals, plea bargains. He's the only person still saying he's innocent. It's very unlikely that he will not be extradited unless there is a big political push on his behalf. And because the way the treaty works, UK-held suspects, UK citizens and other citizens, are almost always extradited to the United States. Citizens of the United States are very, very rarely extradited to the UK. A woman recently ran over and killed a young man in the UK. She escaped to the US. She's not been extradited to face those incredibly serious charges. Whereas hundreds of UK citizens and international citizens from the UK have been extradited to the US. So the odds are stacked against him. The media narrative in the Western media has accused him, convicted him, and is now punishing him without it ever actually any of the substantive charges against him getting to a courtroom. But he's been tried and found guilty in particularly the Rupert Murdoch media in the UK and in the United States. So for all those reasons, I think his future is very, very, very uncertain. If he's not extradited, then I think he stands a chance in a UK court of making some kind of comeback in life. If he is extradited, I fear for his life.
जी नाज़रीन, ये थे प्रोफेसर ब्रायन जिन्होंने बड़े मशहूर केस आरिफ नकवी पर बहुत तफसील से बात की, बहुत डिटेल से सब चीज़ें बताई कि अमेरिका उनको क्यों ले जाना चाहता है, पाकिस्तान का उसमें क्या अमल दखल और उनके साथ फ्यूचर में क्या होने जा रहा है। बहुत जल्द एक नए प्रोग्राम के साथ हाजिर होंगे। देखते रहिए डेली पाकिस्तान।